So why do I say grace before meals? Well, this isn't something that I've been doing for a very long time, but I wanted to talk about why I've been doing it and what are some of the, results. I guess you could say there's some results from it. I know I definitely feel better when saying grace before a meal. And I got the idea from watching an interview with Novak Djokovic's health coach. And I've talked about Djokovic in the past of why he's probably my favorite athlete of all time. Right now they're doing the US Open, and I didn't like Djokovic at first. I was in love with Federer, and he was like this little bratty kid that, used to retire from matches. Well, he got involved with this nutrition coach and lifestyle coach, and all of a sudden this guy becomes unstoppable, and he's, had some of the longest, most grueling matches and is known for this grueling pace. And anyways, this guy talks about why we say grace. And, I took it from the standpoint initially of I want to get better digestion. That's what he was talking about, how Djokovic's body's digesting food better because he doesn't have distractions when he eats. And I'm very distracted all the time, but definitely when I eat, I'm always watching something. And I'm always trying to get better digestion. So the initial reason why I started to do, saying a little thank you in prayer when I eat before I eat is because I wanted the benefits of the digestion. I wanted to optimize my health. And I tend to eat really fast. I tend to be distracted. And he said something that's very, very interesting to me. He says, shapes, colors, actual food as you're eating. You identify the shapes and the colors when you're present with it. And that's why you don't want distractions. Your body will actually metabolize that food and use it more efficiently and digest it more efficiently when you're concentrated on what you're eating, actually taking in the shapes and the colors and the textures of the food. And I thought that's really, really interesting. And he said, this is why we say grace, to center yourself and to be appreciative. And when you're in that appreciative state, your body is absorbing and digesting the food on a much higher level. And he's like, and that's one of Djokovic's secrets. He's like, I'm telling you the secrets. It's like, it's not a secret. It's a simple thing that we've gotten away from that used to be so common, but we don't do it anymore. I for my whole life, watching TV, eating food, and on the couch, eating food, not even paying attention to what I'm eating. I mean, a freaking fly could land on my food and I'd be, just eyes completely focused. I have no idea, what's really on my plate. I'm just shoving it down, and no wonder I had digestion issues. Now, is this going to solve all of my digestion problems? Definitely not. But that act of being in a much more calm state of mind, rest and digest, sympathetic nervous system, that allows you to digest. The parasympathetic nervous system is often referred to as the rest and digest side. And that's when you want to be calm so that you can digest food. If you're always stressed out in the sympathetic, when you're go, fight or flight, and a lot of times when you're watching something, if it's something that's stressful, if it's something that's exciting, you can be in that state and you block yourself off from that actual digestion phase. So I started doing that, and I started noticing that I was getting these other benefits. And this is really the reason that whether or not I get digestion benefits from saying grace or not, I'm going to continue to say grace before all of my meals because of this reason. Well, I've been writing these sticky notes, gratitude lists. My sponsors got me writing these gratitude lists on sticky notes, and I put them all over the place. And I have a gratitude box where I put all the sticky notes in there, and I will be in gratitude, and that's really helpful for me. It's tremendous. It's one of the most important things that I can focus on in my life to make sure that I feel good, because I can get in this head of mine and it's never enough. I'm never good enough. I don't have enough, and I'm not grateful for the things that I have, and I feel miserable. So when I'm in gratitude, even if it's just grateful for, like I said, a bowl of cereal, I feel so much better. And the saying grace side of things allows me to get into what I talked about on a previous video of no one is self-made. And a lot of times that's what I'm saying grace for. I thank God for the opportunity to eat this food. And I thank all of the people that I sit and I really think about all of the people that brought this food to my table, all right, or to my desk. I usually eat at my desk, but how did this food get here? I talked about it before, being self-made, and how there's so many different things that have to happen just for me to put on a pair of clothes today. I have to be involved with so many people, from the shipping, from the truck drivers to the people who make the boxes that the stuff gets shipped in. It comes to my house. I mean, these things were made and whatever. I'm wearing a watch that was made, and where all the different materials that have been mined or been manufactured and then sent somewhere else, and the people who make the boats and the airline and the cargo ships and all these things to be able to ship stuff, and the people who came up with the ideas, and they came up with the websites, and they came up with it never ends. And then you think about food, and just, you've got tomatoes from Italy, and you've got, grain from Ukraine, and you've got all these different things that are going on in your food, and they all get to your plate, or if it was in some packaged thing that you unboxed, and you could read the label on it, and you can see how many calories, nutrition side of things, how many calories, how many grams of fat, protein, and carbohydrates are in it. And it's like all of that stuff is done from other people, and I get this benefit of it. And when I sit there and really think about all of the things that had to happen for this to nourish me, to help stay alive. Without this food, I would not survive. I am in this massive state of gratitude, and I feel so much better. And that helps me, like, after that, those moments after that, it helps tremendously. I slow down a lot more. I can be present. I can be more focused. I'm going to talk about focus on, I think I'm going to make another video on it, about this new app that actually supposedly beat out ChatGPT for maybe a week as the #1 app. And it's called Focus Friend. So I'm going to talk about that and how that's been helping me. And I use that when I eat. And there's so many things that go into my life. And I used to think that I had to do all these things alone, like I was talking about before with being self-made. And it's just such a lie. And it leaves me not feeling good, and it leaves me disconnected. But when I'm in gratitude, when I'm thanking God, or I'm thanking other people, and I'm thanking, the little things, that's when I can influence the bigger things in my life. And it's a sense that I don't want to let go of, because I know where it was before. I know me taking things for granted, and things never being enough. I know what that state of anxiety and fear and discontent feels like. And I just don't want to go back there. And I have to stay diligent, and I have to remind myself. And that's one of the reasons why I make these videos. I do it because I want to speak things into existence, and I want to make them part of my reality. Even if I'm just beginning in this journey of saying grace at meals, it's like I want to express that and show how important this has been. And when I speak it into this camera, it makes it more of a reality to me. And it's also like, whenever I have an idea for a video, it's because I'm pretty jacked up on the idea. It's like, I have something to say. I don't have notes. I don't have anything in front of me that is prompting me to say the words that I'm saying. It's coming from the heart. And so there's obviously some energy behind that, and I want to take hold of that and keep that energy moving in the right direction. And I think a lot of it, like I said, it all comes down to that connection and bringing people together. And that's where I want to stay, because no man is an island. No one can do it themselves. And I used to believe that was the only way that I was going to succeed, is by doing it myself. And it's such a lie. And it's so unrealistic in today's world, especially. So that's one of the reasons why I say grace is to appreciate God, is to stay in a gratitude state, to appreciate all the people that have contributed to bringing that food to my table. And whether I get the digestive benefits or not, I get the feeling good benefits of that. And it's a blessing. And so with that being said, I'm grateful for you paying attention to me on this channel and interacting. And is saying grace something that you do? Is that a practice that you've done, or maybe have done maybe as a kid in the past and you got away from it, or maybe you do that now, or you've always done that? And what are some of the benefits that you get from that? And is it any similar to mine? So anyways, love to hear from you. And until the next video, I will see you then.